everybody, it's Barbara, and welcome to Pick a Stack Wednesday. I know you missed me last week. I was not available. I was driving all day to go to South Dakota. But here I am, I'm back. If you're new to Pick a Stack Wednesday, this is what we do here. We just sit and chat. It's just you and me. We start off with a little golden singing bell. This raises the frequency of the cards, me, you, these fabulous crystals that are right here. I don't know if you can see this. Right here, this is a big slab of green fluorite. It's just fabulous. Your mission is to think of an idea, issue, or question pertaining to yourself, your loved ones, your community, or the world, and then choose a stack. We have 3 stacks. Today's stacks, here's stack number 1. You get a card from the Secret Language of Light Oracle deck. If you choose stack number 2, you get a card from the Tarot of Dragons. And if you choose stack number 3, you get a card from the Spirit Song Tarot deck. And I do a reading on each deck, and hopefully it resonates with whatever you asked about or whatever you were wondering about. And I highly encourage you to listen to the whole video. You never know, there might be something in stack number 3 that pertains to you, but if you chose stack number 1 and you stopped listening, you won't hear it. And I do a blessing at the end. Now, to start off today, we have a new moon. So August is chock full of all kinds of, we'll just say, solar system things going on. Between meteor showers, we had a super full moon at the beginning of the month. We have a super blue moon at the end of the month. Right now, we're experiencing the new moon in Leo. This is all about you finding that power within you that you've always had, but now you get to find it, or now you get to realize it, and realize your purpose going forward. It's going to help you with your next mission, the next chapter of your life. Everybody is going through some kind of change right now. And that is because of the planetary alignment, the plasma energy coming in from the sun, all the stuff going on out there is helping us to realize our potential and to help us find our purpose. So we got a lot going on. Also, I broke a tooth. So it's hard for me to talk sometimes because it's the part that's left is really super sharp, and I'm trying not to slice my tongue open. So if I'm talking funny, that's why. I apologize. All right, let's dive in. So if you chose stack number 1, you are going to get a card from the Secret Language of Light. And this is an oracle deck. I already meditated this morning. Okay, that didn't take long. It's the card of meditation. I just said I already meditated this morning, and apparently I need to meditate some more, or we all do. This is card number 8. Now, interestingly, 8 is the number of August. 8 is the number of humanity, of abundance and prosperity, of material abundance and prosperity. So let's see what the book says about card number 8, meditation. I need my glasses. That's why they're here. Ooh, love and master your emotions. It is time to begin or resume a meditation practice. Gently reflect on how far you have come. You know, everybody's always talking about, why isn't stuff happening? Why isn't stuff happening? So many things are happening, but we don't take the time to reflect on all of it. Think about where you were a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago. You're not the same person. I'm not the same person. So there's constant changes going on. It's just we don't always see them or pay attention to them. Emotional mastery means choosing to be in charge of your life by adjusting your emotions, ideas, and intellect to something that feels easier and softer. This discipline will liberate you by opening a door into the tranquility and wisdom of your soul's love. You can't go beyond limitations while you are still focused on them. You can't go beyond limitations while you're still focused on them. That's cool. Very powerful. Meditate by focusing on something that brings you joy, such as having a massage, playing with your pets, spending time with your children, or creating something. There is no right or wrong way to meditate. And that is so true. If meditation to you means you sit outside at the base of a tree, then that's what works for you. If you need to be inside and listening to music in a special room, holding your puppy or your kitty, then that's what works for you. We all have that place or those places. I love to meditate in water. When I was in South Dakota last week, I would sit in the hot springs. The sun is shining. I have my eyes closed and I'm literally just floating and meditating for like 2 hours. It's glorious. I try to recreate it in the bathtub. It's not quite the same thing, but you know, you do what you got to do. Just being in a lake, oh, it's amazing. But we all have our special place or places. So meditation is just a gentle shift in your attention away from the physical world and into the world of infinite possibilities. The world of infinite possibilities is out there and it's there for everybody. Meditation is a way of resetting your energy that brings you into a neutral space from where you can move forward. Your life experiences have led you here, so allow them to be the catalyst that creates joy and freedom. If you feel like, especially lately, like you're stuck or you're not really sure what's next, meditation can be so very helpful. To be honest, I just fulfilled a mission of mine, and I came back, and every time I fulfill a mission, afterwards I have this like, okay, what do I do now? And my spirit guides are like, maybe you could just rest, just chill. But I'm always on to the next thing. So meditation can help you with that transition period between one thing and another, one job and another job, one relationship and another relationship, one house to another house. Meditation helps with that transition. So whatever you're going through in your life, we're all in this transition period. I mean, we are as a collective, not just individually. We are in a transition period. Meditation is so very helpful. So whatever you have to do, a certain person just came into my mind, and you know who you are because I know you watch my videos, and probably gardening is your meditation, and you might be aware of it and you might not. But you put all your creative energy into your garden, and you're working with those elementals, those elements. There's earth, there's air, there's fire, there's water, there's spirit in the garden. So that's your form of meditation. And if that works for you, then that's what you got to do. And you know who you are because you just sent me pictures of your big tomato plants and other stuff. So meditate, but in whatever way means the most to you. Okay? So that'll help you get through the transition that we're all going through. By the way, the energies coming in right now are so intense, and it's okay to feel blah, because I know I have. And you just take deep breaths. You do something that makes you feel good. You take care of yourself. You be kind to yourself. If you need to take a nap because the energies are intense, then you take a nap. I took 2 naps yesterday. It was awesome. And drink lots of water, because those plasma energies coming in are very intense. By the way, I'm drinking water and it's not what this label says. I have a friend who has a natural spring, and that's what that water is, and it's amazing. All right. Oh, let's do some golden singing bell. It just feels so amazing. All right, if you chose stack number 2, you get the wisdom from the dragon realms, the tarot of dragons. We are also joined today by 2 of the dragons that I've made. This little one, chock full of clear quartz, so an amplifier. And this one here, which actually glows in the dark, full of prehnite. Yeah. So that's for the heart. That's for the crown. And they're dragons. I love my dragons. Okay. Let's just set you there. I haven't done this for 2 weeks, so I'm out of practice. I mean, Take a Stack Wednesday, not readings. All right, dragons, what do we need to know today? What do we need to know today? What do all the stack 2 people need to know today? Do you want this one? Okay. Top one. Very powerful card. This is the Hierophant. It's Major Arcana. Excuse me, my nose itches. Major Arcana. Get some glare there. Sorry about that. Major Arcana, card number 5. I was just talking about a transition and that we're all going through as a collective. 5 is a transition card. It's a change card. But this is the Hierophant. This is the highest level masculine energy, the father figure. In this deck, it's represented by this very large phoenix type dragon that is on top of this pyramid. It's obviously in like below the equator type country. Very tropical, like Amazon type background and critters in there. Whatever you're asking about, do you have a higher power that you talk to? This is the first thing that's coming to my mind. If you don't, it's time to find one. It depends on who you resonate with. I mean, I'm talking God, Creator, Source, Great Spirit, Great Mystery. Or it could be a different deity like Odin, the Green Terra, Saint Germain, Yeshua, Mother Mary. Who resonates with you? Because it's time to call them in. If you're just going about your life feeling alone and just like thinking that you can't count on anybody, or that there's nobody out there that's going to support you, you're missing out on a lot, because this 3D world is not all that there is. There's so much more, but you have to, it's like in the 3D world, we communicate this way, right? Me with another 3D person. But in the higher realms, you communicate this way. And you don't necessarily use your mouth. You use your third eye and your crown chakra. And you communicate this way to your higher self, to your spirit guides from the light, to animal spirit guides from the light, to God, creator, source, great spirit, great mystery, whoever you're communicating with, they're out there. And so you need to work on developing that relationship, not necessarily the relationship with them. I mean, you do need to do that, but also that communication band. Kind of like with cable TV, you've got a cable, right? Or a satellite beam. There's something, and you need to work on that. You need to practice it. And it can start with small things. Take a class. I mean, I teach a class in this. Start with things like, can't find my keys. Ask them. What should I wear today? My guides dress me every day. I never have to think about what I'm wearing. It's really kind of cool. Like, hey, what do I need to wear today? And they show me, and that also tells me what kind of a day I'm going to have and what I need to do. So today, like, I have a lot of blue on, so I need to obviously communicate and be creative, because that's blue. Sometimes if I wear black and red, it's like, oh, I need to be grounded today. Okay, that means I also need to pay attention. But this card is saying we need to be working with those higher dimensional beings. Now, if you have a hard time with that, you don't have to. But I'm assuming because you're watching my video, you probably either are already doing that, or you would be open to it. You'd be okay with it. We're not here alone. This card is showing us that we're not here. We're down here, right? And this higher being is out here. And you can call it whatever you want. You can call the communication process whatever you want. Some people say, well, I have my guardian angels. That's cool. As long as they're with the light, you're fine. And I always tell people, please be specific. Work with beings from the light. Don't work with beings from the dark. Just don't do that. We need to bring more light into our lives. There's a lot of magic in this card. There's a lot of communication. I mean, the fact that these animals are down here in the 3D world and they're looking up to this phoenix dragon. There's communication going on. There's reverence and respect going on. But there's magic. You can just by looking at this card, you can feel the magic in there. I mean, first of all, look at that phoenix dragon. It's beautiful. But there is magic going on in here. Don't miss out on the magic, you guys. There's so much magic in our world. And you get to be a part of it. But only if you open yourselves up to it. If you refuse to see the magic, you won't get to experience it. Okay, so this is what my guides just showed me. They showed me the Renaissance Festival. You can go to the Renaissance Festival and you can experience it. You can look at all the booths and you can go to some of the shows and stuff and get a pickle and, whatever. And it's like you're a tourist in a foreign land. Or you can really, really experience it and become one with it. I dress up. I go in character. I experience it on a whole different level. than when I first started going way back in the day. First, you're a tourist, and then when you get the feel of things, it's like, ooh, I want to participate in this. It's the same thing in this 3D world. We can just be here and exist, or we can live the magic. So, lots going on here. Work on your communication with those higher beings. That means asking them for help, but then also paying attention when they give you signs. Okay, we have to be awake, aware, and pay attention. But then also live the magic. Okay, live the magic. That was stack number 2. Wow, very cool. All right, let's do the singing bowl, singing bell. I am out of practice. All right. If you chose stack number 3, you get a card from the Spirit Song Tarot. One of my most favorite decks. In this deck, the cards are all represented by animals, and the artwork is just beautiful. Paulina Cassidy does some very intricate, beautiful artwork in all her decks. Okay, that's the one. Okay, so we get in stack number 3 the 2 of crystals. The 2 of crystals, also known as the 2 of earth or the 2 of pentacles. And it is represented by the kangaroo. This card is all about balance. Think about a teeter-totter. It's very third dimensional. It is also about adaptability. Because of all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, we have to work on our adaptability, but that means use discernment. It doesn't mean I have to adapt to a certain situation just because. It means I use my discernment on whether I want to adapt to the new situation. If there's a situation here, I get to choose to adapt to it, and I also get the choice of moving on. I can adapt here, or I can just go, you know what? That's not for me. I'm not gonna adapt. Screw that. I'll be over there. Okay? So remember, you have power. You have the power over your physical body and over your consciousness and your world. So you get to choose whether you want to adapt to the new whatever or walk away. This card's also talking about balance, and the thing is, he's in midair. His back feet are not on the ground. So he's in mid-flight. And when we're in mid-flight, we have to have balance. Think about the cats that always land on their feet. Think about the dogs that don't always land on their feet. Do we always land on our feet? Not so much. Sometimes we land on our feet and then we break our ankle or something. But this is all about balance in the current situation. Making sure that we are grounded, making sure that we have the lower chakras grounded, but then the upper chakras are working with our higher up or higher's up. Just like in stack number 2. We need to be working with God, Creator, Source, Create, Spirit, Ascended Masters, angels and archangels that work with the light, etc. But there needs to be some kind of balance in your life. If you chose stack number 3, think about where you're lacking the balance. It's kind of interesting because I'm working on this right now because I just finished a mission and I don't feel like I have that balance back in my life yet. Like I was so focused for the last 6 weeks, focused on this right here, and now this is done. What do? You focus on balance. Not what should I do in place of what I was doing, but what can I do to create that balance in my life? It could be a balance between work and play. It could be a balance in a relationship. It could be balance in your home. But the fact that his feet are not on the ground and he's in mid jump shows that we're in that transition time, like I was talking about earlier. And we need to have that balance in mid-flight. So whatever that means to you, I'm going to just look at it from the collective's point of view. There's so much going on in the world. And earlier I said, if you need to take a nap, then you take a nap. If you need to eat grounding foods, then do that. If you need to just get away from people, then do that. If you need to go sit by a tree, by a lake, just out in your backyard, then do that. If you need to just sit in your car for half an hour and have a good cry, then do that. Whatever you need to do to get some balance into your life, then that's what you need to do. Okay? Yeah, because sometimes adapting is exactly what needs to be done. And sometimes the thought of adapting is like, no, I'm not going to adapt to that. There's so many things that I've chosen to not adapt to in our current technological society. I used to work with technology in my job all day, every day, 24/7, 365. And now I've chosen to pretty much, for the most part, walk away from technology. So we get to choose how we live our lives. I love my vehicles that don't have all the electronics in them. I gotta admit, I don't want all the bells and whistles and the computer screen and all that. I mean, I get in my bus, I don't even have a CD player or a tape deck. It's weird. All right, so find balance in your life, whatever that means to you. To be honest, chocolate balances me out. If I'm feeling like I have a nice piece of dark chocolate, organic dark chocolate, and I feel like it grounds me, it helps me balance. We all have our thing. That's one of mine. That and a good bacon cheeseburger. Okay, so stack number 3, get some balance. Figure out where you don't have the balance in your life and get some balance in there. Okay? The fact that this comes up says we need to be balanced now for what's coming. It's better to be balanced before stuff hits the fan than scrambling while stuff is hitting the fan and trying to figure out how to balance. Okay? Just saying. Yeah. August is powerful. September is going to be powerful. October, November, the whole rest of this year is just going to be more and more powerful and intense. And there will be times when you're like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Find your balance now. Okay? All right. That was stack number 3. We're going to finish up with some Golden Singing Bell. I love you guys. You're the reason I do what I do. If you are interested in any of my classes, contact me to sign up. If you're interested in a personal reading in person, Right now I'm doing in-person readings. Let me know. I do have a few openings in September. I send you blessings of love, life, love, light, peace, joy, happiness, success, and divine health. All good things, because I know you guys are worthy, and I know you deserve it all. Mwah. Namaste, my beautiful soul family.